just about back to baseball here as number 11, Pope, going to be at the plate for the orange and black. Runners at the corners with 2 down here in the bottom of the second. A 14-0 Warren lead over Lakeside at the moment. Again, this is Lake Village, Lakeside of Lake Village. That's in there for a strike. Hit to dead center. Should be catchable. It is, and that is the 3rd out here of this 2nd inning. We're going to go down to our break here in just a moment, but the Lumberjacks leading 14-0 to lead over the 14-0. I'll get my tongue untied here in a second, Joel.
Yeah, that's it's a nightmare to see that.
I know. I'm just anyway, 14-0. We're going to take a break here in just a moment, folks. Thank you for watching here on the NFHS Network. We'll be right back with more Lumberjack baseball after this. Don't go anywhere, folks. Welcome back to Lumberjack Live here on the NFHS Network. This program brought to you in part by Warren Bacon Trust. As the Jacks take to the field this spring, Warren Bacon Trust is proud to support them by sponsoring Lumberjack Live. Warren Bacon Trust, the 3-in-1, member FDIC. Also brought to you in part by First State Bank of Warren, offering online banking, electronic statements, and a caring community-based approach. First State Bank is proud to serve the greater Bradley County community with branches in Warren, Hermitage, and Hampton. First State Bank. All right, got an update. Soccer, Lady Jacks now leading Star City. The Star City Bulldogs, Lady Bulldogs by a score of 3-0. So a nice start there for the Lady Jacks as the throw comes down here from Smith. And we are about to get this top of the 3rd underway here in just a moment as I get your scoreboard reset.
Lumberjacks leading 14-0 going into the top of the 3rd, and you can look at the dugout on Lakeside, and you know, the body language, the head's down. Difficult to come back in baseball from 14 down, and so, you know, a tough day for these guys, and you know, now at bat again.
The pitcher that came into the ball game for Lakeside is number 6, Nikki Hawkins. Number 5, Jamyron Grayson at the plate for the Beavers. 0-1 count. Popped into right. Drifting. And the catch is made.
Nice concentration.
I believe that was by Ship out there in right. So 1 down here in the top of the 3rd. On deck for Lakeside, number 7, Avery Terry. That ball gets away from Smith. No problem, no runners on.
You can see the striking difference between the speed of the pitches of Gorman and what we were seeing out of Brown earlier before he was replaced from Lakeside. And Gorman bringing the heat every throw.
Kind of jammed him there. LaKendrick Wilson at the plate. That was probably a ball, but just tied him up, and that was almost a defensive move.
He swung to keep it from hitting him.
Gorman out of the windup. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2 count. That one was upstairs.
Looked like a changeup on the speed, too. Got him swinging at the fast ones and gave him a slow.
Low and outside. 2-2 count. right off the end of the bat. Gorman's got it, tags him out.
What a day Gorman's having. You might think he would throw it to first, but he was within shot, and he just chased him down and put the tag on him.
So 2 down, top 3, 14-0 Jacks lead. Avery Terry, the catcher for Lakeside, at the plate. That's low and outside, 1-0.
Wind dropped off drastically just then. Look at the flags. Instantly dropped.
Sure it is. So right now it'd be tough to get the ball in the air. It's not going to get any help, or at least much help, drifting.
Broad stance by the batter.
He's got a little open stance. Actually, it's not necessarily open. He's got that back foot. A lot of times if you're going to have that, you're going to open that foot up a little bit more.
That going to pull it to left field?
I think it's more of a vision thing for a lot of players. Just walked it. I never liked it. I felt like I was vulnerable.
I felt vulnerable when you step into that box. Something about having a 90-mile-an-hour missile traveling within a foot of you.
You know, Joel, you look at a lot of the great hitters throughout baseball history. Yeah, a lot of them will have slightly different stances, but for the most part, they all come to the same spot. You know, at almost the point of the swing starting. So that's 3 down. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd. Lumberjacks still leading. They're in firm control of this one so far, folks, and it looks like they're cruising. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Lumberjack Live, Lumberjack Baseball on the NFHS Network. Thank you for watching. We'll be back in a moment. Great day at the ballpark for Lumberjack fans. 14-0 the score. Live from Lumberjack Field here at the Warren Baseball Softball Complex. Jacks leading again 14-0 over Lakeside. It's been a good day for the orange and black, and hopefully we can continue that. As Nathan Hurston about to step up to the plate for Warren.
Sun's back out. Beautiful, beautiful day for baseball.
Nicky Hawkins on the mound for the Beavers of Lakeside.
Just observing him warming up. The throw's still looking a little wild.
He's a lefty, so that's going to add a little bit of a change of dimension. So these Lumberjack hitters have to kind of redial. I always loved as a right-handed hitter, though, facing lefties. It was always just a much more comfortable position to be in.
You'd rather bat against left-handed?
Absolutely. Just my personal preference. I know every hitter's different.
I noticed that it didn't matter. They were still able to throw strikes against me. They were equally successful.
That's upstairs, 1-0. Here's the pitch. pitch. Little movement on, a little tail on that fastball. 1-1. We hope, folks, that you're enjoying the view. I know we've, as I said during our McGee streamcast, in the past we've had to give you a video feed with the chain link fence in front, and luckily we're not having to do that anymore. So this is you're getting the nicest view any viewer of Lumberjack baseball has ever gotten from a live streamcast. Of course, we hadn't been doing it very many years, but it's been a big jump forward to be able to get that fence out of the way. Our secret, Joel, is we just took it down.
Right, that's right. We'll put the fence back up after the game. It's the deal with the city.
All right, Hurston will trot down to first.
Most of those pitches were inside. He got the inside corner for one of the pitches, but the rest of them, they were all inside. And so the batters still in as much danger as they were earlier.
Hurston takes the lead. You got to be a little bit more careful over there with the lefty.
He's looking right at you.
You can also take that leg kick straight up and then over. Doesn't have to pivot and turn like a righty does. .532. This game's been going for just over an hour. That's outside. Catcher's got it.
Now pitching to the outside of the plate.
Got a little bit more velocity than Brown had.
A lot more.
Upset.
Excuse me, Rob.
That's okay.
I think it was wise to make that change. When you're having a day that bad, sometimes it's hard to recover from that. I believe it would just gotten worse and worse, and you just don't want to do that to a young man. So that was a nice change, and he'll come back and do a lot better at another timeout. Everybody has a bad day.
Kind of a check swing caught him. Opportunity here. Safe at first.
Unbelievable mix-up.
Couldn't quite see that.
This
holding my way here, but
first of all, he didn't even mean to hit the ball, and the confusion between the men covering the base didn't tag the base. Everything that could go wrong for poor Lakeside it's happening.
Number 6, Jones, into the ball game for the Lumberjacks. Takes a little dig in with that right foot. The pitcher comes set. Hawkins with the little high throw there.
Runner in scoring position, take all the lead he wants. There's nobody covering the base. Now a man moving to the second baseman moving to cover now.
I believe Jones has checked in for Ship. Could be wrong about that, but I'm looking at the, I believe he's going to move into right field. One count.
I wouldn't be surprised for a pickoff throw to second.
Hit to the first baseman. Got it. He'll record one out, so the runners will advance to second and third.
You could almost see the first baseman cradling that ball, making sure he got that out. On that previous play, they were there. They had the ball. They had it in their gloves, just didn't get their feet down before the runner crossed the base. And how fortunate for the Jacks, because as you mentioned, it was a check swing. He didn't even expect to hit the ball, I don't think.
Back to the top of this Lumberjack lineup. Luke Gorman at the plate. That pitch outside. At this point, you're looking for insurance runs. You've already got 4 of them, but my opinion is you never can have enough.
Yeah, right now you know you're going to play 2 more innings, unless Lakeside gets hot really quickly, and showing no signs of that.
Here's the pitch from Hawkins. Outside again. 3-0 count to Gorman.
And that's we were discussing this before the game, that the high school rules, if I understand correctly, 7 innings regulation game, and then if a team leads by 10 points or more going into the 5th inning, the game is called. What they call the mercy rule.
After 5.
After
10
5.
after 5. Yeah. And Gorman will head to first base. So
bases loaded.
Full up. Runners at first, second, and third.
And bringing Gorman out.
Sinclair coming in to, I believe, play second, be in the place of Cade Reep. Gorman's going to be courtesy run for. As number 25, Watson will come in to run.
That's what I always told my dad. It's a courtesy player in my place. I'm really a starter, Dad. It's a courtesy player.
Well, when of course I was a catcher for Warren for a few years, and I was always courtesy run for, but it wasn't necessarily just because I was a catcher. It was that I had no speed whatsoever,
right.
and it was going to affect the
right.
outcome if I was on the bases.
Yeah, tragically, I was walked once and got to first base, and then I attempted the steal, the infamous steal, where I slid at 30 feet. That left 60 feet.
All right, so we got another one down there. Millard will come in.
2 outs. You know that Lakeside would love to get out of this inning and leave those runners on base. 3 more points lurking there.
Millard checks in for Lassiter there at shortstop. Here's the pitch. Oh, a nice right over the top of the shortstop. And a run will come in. All right, so I think the rule actually here, Joel, is going to be 15 after 3. So 10 after 5, 15 after 3. And the Lumberjacks win this one in excellent fashion. A nice ball game for the orange and black. We're going to move to our post-game show. I'm sure you prepared aptly for that, Mr. Gray.
Of course. 15 points in 3 innings, and the game is over. I mean, this if you have to play another game, you're still fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was wondering if all of the courtesy runners was, maybe saving these players so that they could play in the second game of the doubleheader. But when you only play 3 innings and win your game in impressive style, won yesterday over Drew Central 22-0. We look at that record that the Jacks had coming in, 4-7, and now 5-7. And how is that changing? I mean, you see as they win, as this record continues to improve, there'll be no surprise that, in a few more games, you're still going to have 7 over in the loss column, and the wins will be the biggest number. They've just seen that they can win, and once that starts taking place.
I believe we did have an update on that Lady Jack soccer score, 4-0 in that ball game over at Jim Hurley Jr. So there will be a boys game following that. Going to go ahead and I'm looking at schedules for the Lumberjack boys baseball club here. Obviously, they've got another ball game tonight with this doubleheader versus Lakeside. So another one coming up. If Lakeside struggles the way they did there, it's going to be another short one most likely. But you still got time to come out and watch that, folks. And then, of course, on the 31st, Junction City. They're going to be at Junction City. That'll be a tough ball game. Junction City usually puts together some pretty good baseball teams. And Fordyce then on April 3rd at 4:30. That's going to be here, and I think that may be a doubleheader as well. I'm not 100% positive of that, but I have heard that through the grapevine. So lots more baseball to watch this season. Opportunities for you to come out and watch this Lumberjack Baseball Club in action. Come on out to the ballpark again. It's a fun atmosphere. They have a good time here at the the Warren Baseball and Softball Complex. There's going to be some softball played out here as well, so you can kind of keep up with both teams, and it's fun. You'll come out and enjoy it. And soccer going on as well. Track, I believe, firing up. So we won't be covering any track with Lumberjack Live. Just I don't know enough about it at the moment. I'm going to put my thinking cap on. And
you probably know as much about it as I do baseball.
Well, we're not going to go there, are we?
I urge everybody to come on out. They've got another game here today. This is a beautiful facility and a beautiful day, and still early. Plenty of time to see a good ball game and have a good time outside. It's really been a great pleasure to be here, Rob. I can't thank you enough for having me up here, and I love it. And
the only bad thing is it couldn't last forever today.
Well, hopefully they'll schedule a few triple headers, and we'll just stay here all day long. I wanted to say this about your schedule. You were talking about the Junction City game on the road. I can tell you that that would be a good game for people to travel to and see. Junction City used to play at the 2A level, which I'm familiar with, and they would contend.
Yeah, they're usually pretty good.
Very, very good. And Junction City is famous for no matter what classification they're playing in, they are tough, and down there, very disciplined athletes, and I would expect that to be a really good game. I would be very surprised at an outcome like we've seen today.
All right, well, thank you for joining us here on Lumberjack Live. We're going to call it here. Final here again, Warren, 15, Lakeside, nothing. They've got a doubleheader, another ball game coming up, but we will not have that one live here on the network. Joel, thanks for joining me, bud.
Thank you
so much.
Hope
to have you back again soon.
Love it.
All right, y'all have a great night. We will see you next time. Go Jacks. Give them the axe.